Hey everybody, this is Ray for August 23rd, 2009. Today I'm going to do a video review of Quentin Tarantino's new film, Inglorious Basterds.
10 hot, eyes forward! My name is Lieutenant Aldo Ray, and I need me 8 soldiers. We're gonna be dropped into France dressed as civilians. We're gonna be doing one thing only. Killing Nazis.
Yes, sir!
Members of the National Socialist Party conquered Europe through murder, torture, intimidation, and terror. And that's exactly what we're gonna do to them. We will be cruel to the German. And through our cruelty, they will know who we are. They will find the evidence of our cruelty in the disemboweled, dismembered, and disfigured bodies their brothers we leave behind us. And the German will not be able to help themselves from imagining the cruelty their brothers endured at our hands, and our boot heels, and the edge of our knives. And the German will be sickened by us, and the German will talk about us, and the German will fear us. Nazi ain't got no humanity. They need to be destroyed. Each and every man under my command owes me 100 Nazi scalps. And I want my scalps.
9.
Sound good?
Yes, sir!
First of all, this film is really good. I really had a good time watching this film. I really enjoyed mostly everything about it. The one thing that Quentin Tarantino knows how to do is write dialogue for his characters. And there are scenes in this film that just kept me at the edge of my chair because the dialogue was just going back and forth between a few characters or even a group of them. And it's just, you know that one character, I don't want to give too much away, but there's like, you know that one character knows something about another character, and they're just beating around the bush around the topic, and they're just playing mind games. And your mind is getting messed up too, because you're like, oh my god, is this guy gonna figure out this, or did they really trick him into not knowing that this and that? It's just so awesome. And you know, instead of using a lot of explosives or gunfights in Quentin Tarantino's films, he uses dialogue as a weapon, and that is just as effective and more, I think more enthralling actually than watching guys getting blown up all over the place. So don't get me wrong, there is action in this film, but it's not drawn out, except the very last scene, which is really awesome. If you're a fan of Quentin Tarantino and the gore that he has in it, you're going to love this film. But if you're not a fan of Quentin Tarantino's past films, then you're not really going to like it. But let me just give you one of the stars in this film that I thought was awesome was Christoph Waltz, and he's a Nazi colonel in the film. I don't want to give anything away, but he does such a good job in this film. He's the shining star in this film. Every scene that he's in, I was just fascinated with his character and the way he played a Nazi colonel perfectly. But a downside, there's a couple of downsides to this film. I'm sorry to say that Brad Pitt was actually the weakest character, weakest link in the film. You know, his character was more of a joke character rather than taken seriously because of his accent. And I thought Brad Pitt didn't do a very good job. Don't get me wrong, Brad Pitt's character is really interesting. I would love to know more about his character, but it just seemed like I didn't take his character seriously, and I don't know, I don't think Brad Pitt did a really good job with it. I don't know. That's just me, I guess. And another thing is that there's like a group of the bastards in the film, and I would like to learn more about the characters in the group. They do give one flashback of one specific character in the film, and that's like the only flashback they give. And I would love to see maybe little snippets, flashback between a lot of the other characters. The only other kind of, I guess, information you get is Eli Roth's character in the film, where he's called the Jew Bear, and you get a little Brad Pitt character kind of describes, you know, his backstory very briefly. And it seems like there's a lot more to these characters than are shown on the film, and that actually left me wanting more. That's not a bad thing. It's just I just wanted more of the characters and more of their backstory. Another thing that's good about this film, though, is that I actually wanted more of this film. It's about 2 hours and maybe 2 hours and 20 minutes, something like that. I'm not sure. But I actually, when I came out of the theater, I was like, wow, that movie went pretty fast. I looked at my phone. I was like, oh crap, that's a long movie. But it didn't feel like it was that long at all. And that's one thing that I have with films nowadays. I think a lot of the films are way too long, and I think most of them are drawn out. But this one, I actually wanted more of the film. So if it was maybe like a 2 hour and 50-minute film, I probably wouldn't have minded at all. But yeah, it left me wanting more, which is not a bad thing at all. Maybe the DVD, when it comes out, will have extended scenes or maybe more of the backstory, which would actually be pretty cool. But overall, I would say see Inglorious Basterds. If you're not a Quentin Tarantino fan, though, don't see it, because if you don't like any of his previous films, you're not going to like the gore and the cussing and all that stuff. But if you like Quentin Tarantino or are interested in this film, go see it, because you're going to have a great time. Great film and a great summer blockbuster. See you later.